Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Enzo Maresca, Chelsea's manager. Enough is enough. And I'm not saying in this video right now, sack him today. I know a lot of people want to hear that. I know a lot of people believe that that is the right thing to do. I want to think about this pragmatically. If you sack Enzo Maresca today, then I think the way that Chelsea are ran at board level, I don't think we're going to get one of those managers to come in, right, who would just come in and be able to fix things the way that Gus Hiddink would do back in the day when we used to hire the Mourinhos, the Ancelottis, the Tuchels of this world, the Antonio Contes, and then if things weren't going right, we'd sack that manager, bring someone in, probably win an FA Cup or a Champions League. You know the drill. This is a different Chelsea now. We know that. And Enzo Maresca yesterday, for the Brentford 0, Chelsea 0 game, he has divided the opinion. But to be honest, I've spent so much time looking across social media, and it's so clear right now that a lot of people just don't want to look at the objective facts. A lot of people are just like, well, they either despise the bloke, they want him gone, they think he was never good enough, or it is protect at all costs and swing narratives. I'm so sick of hearing all of this shit. I'm not going to lie. Can we not just look at what yesterday was compared to what we've got coming up? We've got Legia Warsaw on Thursday in the Conference League, okay? Obviously, it's embarrassing if Chelsea don't win the competition. It's also embarrassing we're there in the first place, but Legia Warsaw are not as good of a football team as Brentford are. So if you're going to rest Neto, Jackson, Palmer, Colwill, Cucurella for Legia Warsaw, wrong decision. I understand that obviously Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, these guys have had muscle injuries. And we've seen with Wesley Fofana that with a muscle injury, you can't just play 2 rounds of 90 minutes straight away. But there is a lot of mentality and psychological issues that are currently existing at Chelsea that I believe stem from the manager. It is a common understanding in football that a team is a reflection of the manager, be it the ideologies of how you're going to play when you're out there on the pitch, but also the mindset, the mentality. And from the moment Chelsea went to Everton away and everyone started like making all of these jokes when they were interviewed about Chelsea being in the title race, there was a weird energy about all of the answers from the players. And Enzo Maresca, who is the most experienced person in this Chelsea squad because he's older and he's the manager, and there isn't experienced players in the playing personnel that the youngsters can look at and be like, all right, well, where are we right now? When the manager is saying we're overachieving, we're not in a title race, what this does is it enables mediocrity. It enables the form that we have seen from Chelsea where we haven't won in 8 away matches. We have got the top scorer in 2025 is a left-back, Marc Cucurella, who we're not even going to start in must-win crucial matches anymore in the Premier League. Why? Are we prioritising the Conference League game? Really? Can Marc Cucurella, who's been fit all season, is he not capable of playing 2 games a week? So you're telling me that the goal is to be in the Champions League, which, by the way, is 2 games a week, but our top players that perform week in, week out, they're not capable of it. Is that what we're saying now? Because what we were led to believe before kickoff was that the team that we had yesterday was a tactical setup to combat Brentford. Well, that didn't work, did it? So when I say enough is enough from Enzo Maresca, I don't want to hear when the team put in such a shoddy performance like that away from home. I don't want you to come out in the media and blame the sun. I know the sun was bloody annoying yesterday because there were shadows everywhere over the G-Tech Stadium. Difficult to watch when you're watching on bloody television. But Chelsea Football Club, we've got a manager now coming out in the media saying that it was hard because it was dry and it was sunny. Are you taking the piss? Are you actually taking the piss out of the people that paid their hard-earned money yesterday to go to Brentford? It's a joke, man. An absolute joke. We have heard all year, not just in the latter part of this season, Christopher Nkunku is not a number 9. I think that was met with universal agreement, not just from Chelsea fans, but football people in general. We know that Nkunku is best as a second striker. So then, Brentford away, one of the more winnable matches that we have between now and the end of the season, when you go to then play Nkunku as a number 9, you have got a shit ton of scrutiny coming your way when, lo and behold, Christopher Nkunku puts in a flipping generational stinker to the point where people are saying Kai Havertz is a better forward than him. Timo Werner is better. At least Timo Werner, right? As much as he was a bit erratic and he wasn't the most clinical, at least he had the effort. Do you know what I mean? If I ever see Maresca playing Nkunku again, he's asking for it again, because I've never seen a more disinterested player in a Chelsea shirt. Granted, maybe he's never been treated right at Chelsea. Maybe that's true. So don't pick him then. If he's already given up, and then we're hearing him come and defend him. And I'm sick of seeing this from managers. It's a snowflake society that we live in nowadays. That's a fact. And we are seeing this more than ever with this mentality at Chelsea Football Club. There is nothing to gain anymore from coming out and publicly defend. Just tell us what we all saw. We all know that Nkunku didn't play very well. And we can all see that since Bayern Munich were there, looking to sign him in January, but we blocked the move for him, we all know he don't want to be there, because he would rather have been back in Germany. Why are we still protecting these players? And that is why, when I hear Maresca coming out and saying all of this, I'm either like, you're being told to say that, so you're doing it, or you're clueless. There is no protection that can be given to a manager who doesn't see the night from the dark. Do you know what I mean? It is so simple. At Chelsea right now, we have got certain players that aren't good enough. They're not good enough, so don't pick them. Simple as that. You can't go and look at the match yesterday away at Brentford and be like, that lineup, yeah, I think tactically we're smart here by dropping 5 of the first team first names on the sheet. It's crazy. And I think there is a point that we have to look at Maresca here and be like, well, you know, he's got his footballing ideas. We did see some great coaching earlier this season. We saw some brilliant performances. We blew teams away. The Wolves game, prime example. Bad first half. Few changes, tweaks at half-time. We smashed them, scored 6 goals. I'd say that's good coaching. I'm not saying Maresca is just downright dead, but this is Chelsea Football Club, and we are at the business end of the season, and we do actually have one of our targets very much in our hands, if we grab it with our own hands. But instead of that, instead of grabbing it, we're like, we're going to leave that over there. What kind of mentality is that? And look, I've bashed the ownership. I've bashed the board. I've bashed the decision makers. And yes, I do think Enzo Maresca is probably in a job, certainly not because of his CV, but because he's willing to accept a load of the stuff that happens above him that isn't right, that they want to do just because they've got their ways of running Chelsea Football Club that might not actually be for the benefit of Chelsea winning trophies and being competitive. But there comes a point where you've got to shut out that noise from what is coming above you, and you've got to be a winner whether you like it or not. Southampton this season have rolled over. They gave up. It's Southampton, for goodness sake. I've actually made a video today on More GBFC, why teams who get promoted get relegated. Check it out, link down below. But I don't accept this mediocrity at Chelsea. I will not stand there and let our manager come out in a press conference and say, oh, it was a sunny day and the pitch was dry. Are you taking the piss, mate? No. You just dropped 5 of the first team players, 5 of the better players in this squad that we have at Chelsea Football Club, and you dropped them all at one go. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm a firm believer that teams are a reflection of their managers. And over the years, we have had some of the greatest managers that football has ever seen at our club. And as a result of that, we have won the highest honours in the game. And right now, I think Maresca, the style of football, is a problem in itself. Because fans are going to games and we're not potent. We're not creating good enough opportunities. We're not shooting. So stop defending all of this. And stop playing certain players who clearly don't want to be there. It's an absolute farce. You've also got players like Reece James, who are phenomenal right-backs, playing out of position time and time again. I've had enough of this. Reece James is a right-back. Malo Gusto has had a stinker all season. I think Gusto's a good player. I think under Maresca, he's not a very good player. So don't pick him. Put Reece James at right-back and let Marc Cucurella, who's been the best left-back in the league this season, be at left-back and be the best left-back in the league. What's he doing on the bench? Why am I seeing Cole Palmer, a footballing maverick? Why am I seeing him with a big jacket on this beautiful, dry, sunny day in Brentford in April? What are we doing? We have got the top 4 in our grasp for now, but it's results like yesterday where all of a sudden it won't be in our hands for much longer. We're bloody lucky that Man City are awful this season because that was a dross Manchester derby, wasn't it? Newcastle are going to go a level on points or ahead of us tonight because they're not going to drop points against Leicester. Leicester are virtually relegated too. We have got a serious battle on our hands here, and if you think that resting players away at Brentford is a good idea, you got Ipswich at home next week and Legia Warsaw this week. Nah, that is fundamentally the wrong decision and it needs to be called out. We have got 7 games here to define our season. And I tell you now, if Chelsea don't get Champions League football, I don't want to hear this is a 2-season thing. That doesn't exist, mate. It's this season and then next season. None of this, what the ownership have said about, oh, we're judging this as a 2-season. Bollocks, mate. That doesn't exist in football. It don't wait for no one. If we don't get Champions League football, he's got to go. He's absolutely got to go. I mean it. Because this season has been one of the worst qualities I've ever seen in the Premier League. You got pundits galore coming out saying how boring the football is. The quality is in the mud. And yet still, if we do get over the line, great. Fair enough. Let's build upon that. But we're almost sabotaging this ourselves. And I wish I could pick the team. I wish you could pick the team. Because we're all seeing the same things. And you've got a small group of supporters that will be like, yeah, well, he's actually just protecting the health of the players. How can you not see that? You're telling me Cucurella, Neto, Colwill, they're all recovering from muscle injuries right now, are they? Just shut up, man. Stop with all this protection for nothing. Call it what it is. You made 5 changes, it didn't work, we clearly can't play the plan B style, so there's no plan B. Just start playing football the way we did earlier this season. Don't be scared of success. I want to see us go for it. We've got the players to do so, and already the recruitment for the future, yeah? Remember this, we have signed the next Neymar. We've got Esteval coming. What are we going to do? Stifle him as well? You've got Giovanni Quenda coming in 2026. Yeah, okay, the wingers haven't performed that well this season, and we want wingers, touchline wingers and all this stuff. Touchline wingers that are going to keep passing backwards every time. Make some of this make sense to me. Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts about this in the comments down below, but yesterday, I was like, Nkunku disgraced me. He did. Maresca pissed me off from minute 1 because the team selection was wrong. We all saw it. We all knew it. But now I'm like, we have to flip and draw a line here. And I think, unfortunately, the answer isn't to sack him now because he hasn't done an awful job as a whole. But honestly, it's the mentality right now that is going to sabotage this massively. Legia Warsaw on Thursday, we should be able to play the under-21s and get a result. We should. No disrespect to the Polish side, and I know they're a decent team, but it's Chelsea. It's flipping Chelsea. We are fighting for it. Are we fighting for a Champions League spot? I'm asking, genuinely, are we fighting for a Champions League spot? Because if we are not resting 5 players in must-win games. What is that? Let me know your thoughts on Maresca in the comments down below. I want to see everything that you think. I want to take away from the emotional side of yesterday. 6 things we learned. I was angry, because that's what that series is. It's not about deep diving and deeper understandings. It's about how do we feel straight after the game. I thought this. What do you think? Now, I've had 24 hours. We can decompress or get angry, whatever it may be. And I look at that yesterday and I see the comments from Maresca afterwards, which I hadn't been able to see at the time of recording 6 Things We Learned. And all I see is excuses and either yes, okay, yep, I'll say that, don't worry about it, or oblivious to reality. Neither of which are good. Don't like it. Thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. More GBFC. The content out there right now is great. We've hit 4,000 subscribers. We're growing every day. I'm posting. So check that out, link down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.